All right, on today's There Goes Your Warranty, we're going to be looking at a BlendTec Home TotalBlender. Now, the problem with this unit, this base is giving an overload error when we start it up, and that telltale rattle tells us that it's something that we can probably fix. All right, this is the model ES3 TotalBlender. The first thing you're going to want to do is pop these screws out. All right, now we need to get the base off. There are 4 tabs at the 4 sides. You're just going to kind of pry those open. One with the power cord's a little trickier. All right, once you've got those loose, just lift the base right off, and you can see our problem. This is where the rattle's coming from and why we're getting an overload issue. Everything's just falling off the bottom of the motor here. So pretty easy to fix. You just need to put that back over the post, put the washer over the post, and then the nut back on the screw. All right, now we're going to want to get something to tighten that down. Obviously, finger tightening is not going to be good enough for a blender with this kind of power. So I'll be right back. All right, now the trick with this is going to spin when you try to tighten this nut. So you've got to hold the this bit at this end. I usually just use a regular flat blade screwdriver and kind of wedge it in there. Hold that with one hand in the back. And use a 7/16 wrench over on this side. Let's see. Just make sure that's tight. All right. Now this would also be a good place for a little bit of Loctite or something, right? Put a little Loctite on that nut before you screw it in there. That'll glue it in, really hold it a little bit better, but I don't have any on hand right now, and I don't feel like running out to Home Depot. All right. All right, now you need to put the bottom back on. You want to make sure all of these little leads are still connected. I've had that happen before where I accidentally popped one off. When I tried to start it up, obviously there was not a solid circuit, so it didn't work. So that kind of lays down. You want to make sure that this end is lined up with the where the power cord goes. Route the power cord back through that little notch, and then just snap this back down. Get all 4 sides, and you're good to go. All right, then just reattach the 2 screws at the bottom, and you'll be ready to flip it over, plug it in, and go. All right, so now you've flipped it back over, plugged it in, turn it on, and let's make sure it works. All right, so that wraps it up. That is how you fix an overload error on a BlendTec Home TotalBlender. Hope it helps.